the new air base of the National Guard, the internal military force of Kazakhstan, and let me say that this is a very important milestone for Kazakhstan's power unit. The opening ceremony will be attended by the head of state, and the event is organized on the eve of the Defenders of the Fatherland's Day, which is May 7th in Kazakhstan. The aviation unit of the internal forces of Kazakhstan has quite a long history. The starting point is 1987, when Kazakhstan gained its independence in 1991. By a special decree of the Kazakh government, military unit 3553E was reformed into a separate aviation squadron of special purpose of the Kazakh Ministry of Internal Affairs, located at the Burunday airfield in Almaty region. Many years later, the air base of the aviation unit of now the National Guard of Kazakhstan has been replaced from Almaty to Astana. This new air base will allow to solve many tactical maneuvers and also to expand its military potential. Today, the new air base will be presented to the head of state. We were able to film last-minute preparations. The personnel of military units of the National Guard are getting ready to hail the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Kazakhstan. The rehearsal is led by the head of the Combat Training Main Department, the main command of the National Guard, Colonel Nurlan Muhamedov. The military orchestra is setting the tone prior to the performance of the national anthem. Soldiers are given the latest instructions. Now everything is set to welcome the president. In his welcoming speech, President Tokayev congratulates the participants of the event on the upcoming Defenders of the Fatherland Day, underlining the role of the armed forces of Kazakhstan, reliable shield of the interest of the sovereignty of the country.
The opening of the air base is the most important event not only for the National Guard, but also for our entire army. The air base will significantly increase the potential of the law enforcement agencies and provide opportunities for operational sorties of aviation. The state pays the closest attention to equipping the armed forces and developing the military infrastructure.
Highlighting the professional competence of the servicemen, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces reminds of their successful participation in various international missions under the auspices of the UN. This year, for example, Kazakh servicemen began to independently perform tasks in the Golan Heights.
At the meeting of the National Kurultai in Atyrau, I instructed to assign the name of our compatriot, twice hero of the Soviet Union, Sergei Lugansky, to the air base of the Air Defense Forces of Kazakhstan in Taldykorgan. The bright life of the legendary Almaty pilot should become an example for future generations.
This is an actual layout of the air base of the National Guard of Kazakhstan, which was presented to the head of state a little bit earlier. And right behind my back are the helicopters Mi-171, which can be used in rescue operations and also for the redeployment of forces in cargo. President Tokayev has also been shown the samples of new aviation, combat and special equipment of the armed forces and other military formations. The Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces also inspects facilities of the National Guard's air base. After a demonstration of its infrastructure, we asked Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the National Guard, Alibek Siraliyev, what is unique about this particular base.
Возможность переброски сил и средств в любые регионы нашей республики.
The uniqueness of this base is in possibility to transfer forces to any region of our state, as well as to deliver humanitarian cargoes within the country and beyond its borders, by means of aircrafts and helicopters. I would also like to note that this air base, with its infrastructure, facilities, technical operational part and other objects, is the only one of its kind in Central Asia.
The air base, among other hardware, possesses Y-8 aircraft of Chinese production, which have recommended themselves in a number of rescue operations.
As
of today, we have Y-8 aircraft in our air fleet. The command decided to purchase this type of aircraft. It is an analog of the AN-12. The aircraft has proven itself very well in cargo transportation as well as in tactical and technical characteristics. It was decided to expand the fleet and purchase this type of aircraft. Just on April 25, we received third Y-8. We plan to receive a fourth aircraft by the end of 2024, a fifth aircraft in the middle of 2025, and a sixth aircraft by the end of 2025. We're emphasizing this type of aircraft.
Is it difficult to fly such a huge transport at all?
Но самолет Е-8 это преемник.
The Y-8 airplane is a successor to the Soviet AN-12. In general, it is considered one of the most difficult airplanes to fly. Flying on it, you feel responsibility, as you fly not only within the country, but also abroad.
Where did you fly?
Я летал в Турцию.
Personally, I flew to Turkey. We helped our brotherly country during the earthquake, providing humanitarian aid.
On the territory of the air base today, one can find various armored hardware, the samples of different military formations. We had a chance to get acquainted with the parade of the armored personnel carriers.
Бірінші тұрған міне Тигр атты.
This is a special wheeled armored vehicle called Tiger, designed for operations by the personnel of military units of the National Guard and Special Berkut Detachment. This vehicle protects personnel from all types of firearms, as well as used for reconnaissance, control and escort of convoys. It can carry up to 9 soldiers with full armament and equipment. Maximum speed is 125 km per hour.
Келесі көлік Кобра 2.
The next vehicle is the Cobra 2. This is an armored transport, one of the main vehicles for the delivery of personnel to operations.
Келесі көлігіміз бұл Урал 5995.
Here you can see Ural 5995 Sparta. It can accommodate 10 people with weapons and equipment. The level of protection according to the state standard is 5th category.
This military hardware, including aircrafts, fighter jets and armed personnel carriers, demonstrates the power of Kazakhstan's armed forces, and this particular air base of the National Guard of the Kazakh Ministry of Internal Affairs has a very strategic location, allowing effectively easy redeployment of forces and equipment to any part of the country.